Hello, blessed people. Welcome back to my channel, Beginner Coloring with Amanda. Hope that you're having a great day. Hope that you are able to enjoy the day activities and to be able to color along as well. This is my collection video 6. This is going to be my G's, H, and I books. As always, if there's a book that you see that you want a complete flip through of, that I just do a quick flip through of, leave your name, comment below, and I'll be more than happy to do a complete flip through video for you. Also, if you see a book that I have that you have and you'd like to do a buddy color, let me know. I'll be more than happy to do that as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the G's. So the first up is Chalk Style Good Times Deluxe Coloring Book by Deb Strain. It has some examples in the back. They are single-sided with the black background. I love these chalk style magazines, or the chalk style books, because they leave room for error. You have the black background, so if you do get outside the lines, it doesn't show as bad. Plus, there's just something about a black background that makes things look so much crisp and cleaner. And that's the first one. Next up is Good Times Bending Advanced Coloring Book. Well, guys, I'm going to adjust this just a little bit. This has just got positive affirmations in it with the pictures that will go along with the sayings as well. Next up is God is Good All the Time, a Christian coloring book by Elizabeth Huffman. This is on Amazon paper, but you can put cardstock behind it. Make it thick to where you can color with markers or fine liners or color pencils, whichever you'd like to do. This would be a good book for fine liners based on the fine details that is in each picture. Next up is Immerse Yourself in a World of Creativity, Gardens. This is a Kathy Ireland book. Next up is Gardens Coloring Book, Adventuring Through a Pastime Favorite. This is a bending book as well. last of the G's is Chalk Style Garden Coloring Book. You have your examples in the back. Alright, let me just get these put up, guys. Alright, next up are the H's. We start with the travel edition of Home Sweet Home. And this is super thick paper, so you could use your markers on it, or you could use fine liners or colored pencils. And it's small enough it would be just the right size to stick in your purse, take with you to the doctor's office or to town while the kids are playing sports or whatever it may be. Stick it in your pocketbook and be able to take it and color on the go. Next up is Coloring and Cocktails. Happy is the New Perfect. A recipe and coloring book for girls not in. And what this was is it had 5 copies of every picture that's in this book, and it was for a girls not in. So you all would color and have fun and just stay in and do things that you wanted to do as far as coloring. So that's why this book has got some pages tore out, because I've already given it the other 4 copies to other people. Or the other 3 copies, I should say. There was just 3, so I still have 2 copies of each one myself. Next up is The Art of Mindfulness, Happy and Energized Coloring. And this does have quite a few pages tore out of it, because someone gave me this book after they got done with it. So this isn't a complete book of this. It's just a partial book. Next up is The Harmony of Nature. Unwind, Create, and Color. The Mahuko Garden, Korea. Excuse me. Alright. Next we have Home Sweet Home. A handcrafted coloring book, illustrations by Steve Duffinick. And this is on thick paper as well. It is double-sided, but I do believe you'd be able to still use your markers as long as you use water-based and not alcohol. Lots of beautiful pictures. Next up is Home Away from Home. This is a handcrafted coloring book by Steve Duffinick again. Next up in the H's is He Is Risen, Colorful Blessings coloring book. This is illustrations by Deborah Mueller. And we're all familiar with Deborah's artwork. And this is, excuse me, single-sided pages, so you could use markers if you wanted to. You can see lots of fine detail would be good for fine liners. Next up is a little bending color book that I got, The Heart of Forest. And it's just little quick pictures that would be good for crayons or twist ups. Then we have Horses Advanced Coloring. This is a bending book as well. Oops. Then we have Hippie Animals, a design original coloring book. This is by Tanya McArdle. This has lots of hippie animals in it. And the last H book that we have is Hipster Coloring Book. This is by Tanya McArdle as well. Alright guys, let me put my H's up and then I'll be right back. Next up is the eyes. We start with this beautiful book, Island Escape. This is a watercoloring book. It's by Jade Gideon. There's a series of 4 of these. There's Rainforest Escape, Island Escape, Caribbean Escape, and Thailand Escape. I have all of them except for Thailand Escape. These are beautiful pictures that open up to, some of them are double spread, so they open up to a bigger picture. Then you have your single spreads. Then you have your double spreads. Lots and lots of beautiful pictures. That's Island Escape by Jade Gideon. Next up is Inspire Psalms. This has the whole book of Psalms in it, and then it has the pages to color along with it. Lots of pretty pictures within this book. I was thinking I had done one in here. I believe that I've done one in here. Maybe I haven't. Next up is Inspire Proverbs. This has the whole book of Proverbs in it. I do have some color in this one. Maybe this is the one I was thinking of. Is that one colored? Then I have the Proverbs page colored. So that's Proverbs by Inspire. Next up is Indescribable by Chris Tom, coloring book by song Chris Tomlin. Lots of beautiful pictures in this book as well. Indescribable. Next up is Images of Grace by Jackie Grace. This is on thick paper as well, so it would be good for markers or cardstock, markers or color pencils. I would put a blotter behind it, and I would test maybe a page in the back to make sure it's not going to bleed through before you use them. Next up is Images of Hope by Jackie Grace. Again, lots of sayings in it. Thick paper. And that was Images of Hope. Next up is Inspirational Coloring for Mom. This is another book that would be really good with fine liners. Again, that's Inspirational Colorings for Mom. Next up is In the Forest, Color and Frame Simple 1, 2, 3 book by Stacy Peterson. Next up is a Zen Doodle Coloring Inspirations for Mom by Deborah Muir. Lots of beautiful pictures with sayings of moms, sayings about moms behind it. Next up is Inspiring Proverbs by Creative Haven. Next we have Inspirations Mindful Living. I love the Inspiration series books. They are all so cute and so beautiful. Here's this one. This one. Alright, next up is Colorful Inspirations. This is a design original book. Alright, that again was Colorful Inspirations. Next up is Irresistible Animals. This is by Angela Van Dam. Lots of cute animals in here. Next up is Inspirations Love by Design. It has a fairly decent tooth on it, so it's not going to bleed through if you use markers. That again was Inspiration Love by Design. Next up is Inspiration for Women. Mandolin. Oop. Next up is Inspirations, The Art of Grace. Next up is Inspiration in the Garden by Beth Logan. This one. Next up is Inspirations Designed to Feed Your Soul by Joanne Fink. This is another one of those that you can add your own lines and your own design to it to make it personal. Next up is a bending book, inspirational quotes. Did this one. Next up is a Design Originals Creative Coloring, Inspirations from the Heart. This is by Valentine Harper. Next up is Creative Colorings Design Originals, A Second Cup of Inspirations. This is by Valentine Harper as well. Next up is an Advanced Inspiration and Hope bending book. I have two of these books, but they are different. They have the same covers, but the insides are different. This is the second one. It's the same book, it's just the quotes are different in them. Alright. Next up is Creative Coloring Inspirations, a Valentine Harper book. And this has the samples in the back, as always. And as always, it wants to flip faster than I want to flip. And the last of the eyes is Inspiring Moments by Chanel Corella. And this is just, it has a little bit of everything in it. It has pages to color. You have the pages on very super thick paper, extra nice. Then it has the little ornaments that you can cut out. So that's all of this video collection. That was my G's, my H's, and my I's. Next up will be my J, K's, L's, and probably M's, and get those done in collection 7. So we're getting there slowly but surely. I hope that you're enjoying these videos. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or Instagram me. And I hope that you all have a blessed and wonderful day, and thank you for watching.